Hello everyone and welcome back to Pixelmon World. So it's been a long time since I did anything with this series, but I'm bringing it back. I'm holding a max revive, so I'm reviving the series. But yeah. So this series was from 2 years ago. And I did 10 episodes and I ended in November 2014 saying I was going to bring it back December or January. Well, it's January now. I never said which year I'd bring it back, just a January or December. But, yeah, the series was kind of canceled, though, but it never wrapped up, and I kind of always hated that, because I hate when I don't have a good ending to my series. And, I was talking actually back in Test Pack Tales about, how Pixelmon's the other series that didn't have a good ending. And then after I recorded that, I was like, I could just bring it back and finish it. So this is going to be another series I'm going to have on, like, Sundays, weekends, just every once in a while, kind of like The Siege has been, just until I finish it. So, yeah, but it's been quite a while since I did this, and if you haven't watched the first 10 episodes, it might be worth going back and watching them. It actually wasn't that bad. I did watch through them just to make sure, or to refresh myself on the series, and yeah, they weren't as bad as I think for videos 2 years old. But pretty much, Pixelmon World is a multiplayer Pixelmon series focused around, well, Pixelmon, and, like, battling them with other people. The problem was, it kind of died out 2 years ago when I ended it or took the break. That turned out to be a lot longer than planned because there just weren't any people on the server. Like, Purple was busy, Neros was kind of bored with it, and everyone else I had just wasn't on enough, so it was just like me playing with no one to battle against. But I did talk to them, and they're on board to doing a few more episodes to wrap up the series, so hopefully this goes well and doesn't just have a repeat of last time. So, yeah, but if I, go out of that. So, I'm outside my town, but I have worked a good bit on things, and a lot of things have changed, because, like I said in episode 10, I was going to work on stuff off camera before I bring it back, and oh boy did I do that. So, actually, it's worth noting that currently this is actually on single player, because I just kind of got done preparing the series, and I was going to get it uploaded to a server so other people could join, but for the first episode I decided just to do it now on single player before I finished all the stuff, so hopefully there aren't any issues getting the server working and uploading and everyone accessing it. Hopefully. But, yeah, so I don't know, I have my Ender backpack, I have all the stuff in here, I have, my team from before, and I kind of sort that stuff out a lot too. I'm currently outside my town. And I say outside because I have really improved the place. So, I also have the running shoes on. But, yeah, I think a lot of the torches and stuff are new, but this is now the city of Cliffridge. I couldn't think of a better name, and that just stuck for me for some reason. So, Cliffridge it is, because I don't think I ever named it before. I think I had some ideas, but I didn't write them down in my notes even, so, yeah, but, I did do a lot of building in creative, but I also kept a note of some of the supplies I used to kind of throw them out in survival to make up for it. I need to get a lot of glowstone though, because I used a lot of glowstone, these lamps and such, but I don't know, it's a ground-themed city, even though it also has a very big rock theme. But, yeah, let's just give a quick tour around. So over here I have the waypoints, because one thing I did talk about, originally this mod pack didn't have waypoints, and that's because I updated the mod pack, and waypoints were something I did want to add originally, but the mod wasn't updated to 1.7 at the time. And there were telepads, but they just were buggy at the time, so I didn't have a good teleportation mod like I wanted. Well, it turns out in those 2 years, the original waypoints mod, the one I originally wanted to use, did get ported by another person and updated, so I have waypoints. And, yeah, as you can see, I have some areas. I have Spawn, the Arena, Purple, and Mesa, and my city here. I did actually delete them all and run back and get them all in survival too, so I didn't cheat, because I did, like I said, I did a lot of stuff in creative. Some of it was for the server, so I'm not counting it as stuff that comes out of my resources, like the pathways and the lamps on them. But for stuff in the town, I'm counting it a bit more on me. But, yeah, there's the mines. I added stairs down here. I remember in, like, I think the last episode I was playing around with progressive automation and doing some more here. But, yeah, I can just run down real quickly. I think this is the mob spawner that does spawn mobs, because Pixelmon only stops non-spawner mobs. Anyway, we don't really need that down there. Whew. If you mess that up, it sends you to the wrong place. Like, if I hit there, it sends you to the top of the mountain, so glad I did that right. Here's the farms, which now have doors, but I didn't put sensors on yet. So here's the apricot farm, just added nice walls around here. Same over here. I never finished this. Wow, that's embarrassing. How did I just forget to do half the ceiling? How does that happen? I was building it creative. How do I forget to do half a ceiling? Anyway, I'll deal with that. Oh, and up here, I had this area and I never put it to use. Well, I put it to use now. There's not much up here, but there's a couple melons, or pumpkin, melon, and sugarcane. I suppose I could also just do that to quickly get up. Probably a lot quicker than using the water. These end scepters are really nice. Also, I probably should take a second to note about the... I'll wait till I'm done the town. But I did a mod pack update. So, Pokemon. It's completely empty. I just put chests in for the sake of having chests in. The Pokemon Center, it is now a safe place. Just to reiterate, safe place is an add-on for Pixelmon. So if you white out, it teleports you to the nearest safe place, which is Spawn and now this, because they're the only Pokemon Centers that are, like, in major places. So I have a trade machine, though, some healers, a PC, a table. I didn't know what else to add. So for my base, though... not much has really changed here. Upstairs I did do a couple things, and I did change the main room a little. So up here I've been working on enchanting. I wanted to get this all set up, but I just didn't have enough leather and didn't really want to farm cows and wanted to just record. That's something I'll be working at over the next few episodes, though. I have a bag of some enchanted books and brewing stuff. The brewer's over there. Or brewing stands, I should say. There's just so much to go over, but this episode, I probably should have said earlier, it's just going to be kind of recap and reintroducing the series, because, like I said, it's been 2 years, and just kind of showing you where I am, what I did. So here's my base. I moved things around. I had the incinerator here, which is how I got rid of those items that I need to compensate for in creative. Here's a workbench, which is one of the new mods I'll be going over in a minute. I did originally replace this, but it is kind of buggy. Like, if I put things in, I can't shift-click to take them out, and it was not working well with, like, crafting multiple items at once, so... Oh, well. But over here I have, yeah, the lockers of different Pixelmon stuff, and of course this is my, key ring with my, base key, which is needed to open these doors, and my chest. There we go. And, yeah, this area's changed a little. So this is now the sorting one, because over there, or on this side, I have a chest that pipes down to a sorting system, and a chest that pipes into my furnace. So the furnace one's still the same. I also had to make a chest for fish, because I had too many fish. And this is now the sorting one. This is now just a general block one. Food chest, a locker for this stuff. I think it might not have been a locker before. I don't know. Ingots. I actually had to borrow some from Purple a few times. I'm sure he won't mind. But, ingots. Then here's all the chests that were along the wall is in this one or this one. And this one's actually just empty. And I probably should put that back in. Was it here? Yep. Just to make sure everything's nice and sorted. So that's my base. And there's a lot of other things to go over. So, another thing aside from the city, I did finish upgrading those fish nets, you know, what I started by outside the village, or the town. But, I just didn't have some of, like, the speed or fortune upgrades. Let me actually just, go show real quick, because I can boop, boop. Any loot in here? I do have the, treasure upgrades, but it does not seem to be working. So, pretty much I have speed upgrades to make them get fish faster, fortune to get better loot, and this one deposits in the nearby chest, which is this one, because the only chest on both of the docks here. So, yep, but now they all have their upgrades. So, I don't know, there's a lot of things to know. How about I take a second now to note about the mod pack update, then get back to showing you stuff. So, I added a few mods. Well, pretty much, I wanted to update the mod pack because I was like, well, if I'm going all out and doing a few more episodes, I might as well just go all the way out and update the mod pack. Now, I thought for sure this would break things catastrophically. Nothing broke. I updated Pixelmon, nothing broke. Updated Forge, nothing broke. Updated every mods, nothing... Okay, one thing broke. But, I think it was, I updated, some of the names of a few items changed and mixed up some of my, Mindtweaker scripts. But the good news is, when Pixelmon updated, originally they had spaces in their name. But I think they fixed that in the newer version, so now I can use Mindtweaker to change some things. Like, well, one, this series is so old it uses Craft God before I switched to NEI. But I searched, base, I think it is. So these are the Pokeball bases. Now originally you'd have to craft a disc and then hammer into a base, but now because it has an underscore in the name, Iron Base, I think before it was just Iron Space Base, I wasn't able to edit it, but now I can. I can make it so you craft the ingots directly into the base to kind of speed it up a little. I don't know, little changes like that are things I wanted to do from the start, but I just couldn't because Pixelmon had the names weird and Mindtweaker didn't like it. So I can finally do those. The other thing though, so yeah, pretty much I just updated Pixelmon and every mod in the pack. I removed one mod, Marker Beacons, because it was broken and didn't get an update. I might also remove Ivies and Eevees and the Wonder Trade mod because I'm not sure how much you're going to play in the rest of the series. Wonder Trade especially is kind of annoying in my opinion, because I don't think I can get the permissions where people can access Wonder Trade unless they're like full op or something like that. I don't know. I still have to play around with the permissions and check that, but it's probably going to be removed unless the other people really want to keep it. Eevees and Ivies is a little more questionable though. But yeah, so I added waypoints, added workbench, adding enchanting plus, ender core, yet another food mod, emotes, stacky, and super crafting frame. So those are some pretty interesting mods. Well, you already saw workbench and waypoints. Enchanting plus allows us to pick the level of enchantment, so it's no longer random. I need to still make the upgrade for that. Actually, if I just search, I think if I just search enchant. Yep, there's the advanced enchant table, and this is how you make it. So I'll need to work on that in future episodes. This episode off camera, I'm not sure when what. But Pixelmon also has some changes. So there's new abilities and moves. You know, before some of my Pixelmon just had, actually I think in my party here, Metagross was one. It just said coming soon. Now it has its proper ability, Clear Body. And that's the main reason I want to update Pixelmon, because if we're going to battle, might as well have all the moves and all the abilities that I can get. So also just to note, this is just the latest for 1.7, because it doesn't really work well to upgrade to newer versions. Like, it would break so many things. And just some trade. Oh. I thought those were trainers. So when I was in creative, I was playing around with the NPC editor. I'll delete those guys off camera. But yeah, at spawn I put some traders. I want to do a move tutor, but I don't think it's in this version. But yep, I thought I deleted those guys, but apparently they're still there. Whoops. But anyway, so yeah, they did also add Pokemon breeding, or Pixelmon breeding, some new items, some new Pixelmon, including Absol, which is one of my favorite Pixelmon. Also, I think Tyranitar. I thought that was already there. Legendary beasts, you know, Raikou, Suicune, Entei, Celebi, Lugia, Slowking, Kingdra, Donphan, another one of my favorites, Houndour, Fortress, Azumarill, Xatu, Weavile, Honchkrow, and Skarmory, another one of my favorites. So those are the ones I had noted, and in addition to changing the ball recipe, or the base recipe for the Pokeballs, I also changed the rare candy recipe. Because one of my worries is people would not want to grind levels, so I try to make it pretty cheap. And I also changed these recipes. So, gold apples are cheaper, rare candies produce more per gold apple, so it should be pretty easy to get a good supply of rare candies, or at least mining for gold is pretty effective. So, yeah, I think that's all for the mod pack update, though. And I think I covered most of the things, showing on the city, and mentioned about how I use creative. Gym. So, I still need to kind of spruce up the statues a bit, but here's my gym. The ground-type gym. The rules are, and I already did run this by people, teams of 4, limited to level, or the level cap's 45, you cannot have duplicate Pixelmon, and you can't use any items at all. I decided to keep it simple and not use held items. Well, sorry for that weird cut there, but when I went down to show the gym puzzle, yeah, it was broken, and I'm not sure how it broke exactly. But pretty much this is the puzzle. It's a lever maze to toggle light bridges over lava. So I don't want to mess around with it because, like I said, I think some of the redstone got messed up somewhere. I'll have to look into it off camera. Good thing I found this out though, but I know it was working fine. I guess I must have misplaced a wire and maybe something's like overlapping. So yeah, but it's a pretty cool puzzle. You just have to go between the levers and toggle it to get the bridge and open the door at the end. And I'm really proud of how it turned out. I'm kind of embarrassed now that it broke when I went to record, but I'm really proud of it. So, yeah, but I spent a little too long already looking over that, but I can't figure out what's wrong with it. I'll need to go into creative to fix that. Especially because I already put down all that lava. That's kind of hard to move. So, yeah, but aside from the gym, oh, my gym team. So, well, you need to get to, or beat the puzzle to get up here, but, boop. I can cheat. So, I kind of been looking at team stuff, and I think this will mainly be my gym team. The idea is I'm going to have, like, more than just 4, so I can rotate out ones and kind of just adjust. But, I want to have Flygon. At least one Nidoking, and my notes had 2. I forget if I meant to have 2 and different sets or just... I wasn't sure which one I want to use. I'm not sure. I want to have... what's his final evolution? Torterra, Camerupt, Swampert, Crocodile, and also Donphan. Donphan's a new one I'm still going to have to catch. And for the gym, though, I'm going to be handing out the Earth Badge and Earthquake. That's going to be a signature move I can put on any of my Pokemon, too. And there will be no EV training. They have pretty decent IVs, but I don't want to EV train for the gym. So, you know, it's pretty reasonable, I think. And while I'm here, I'd like to also discuss teams and other stuff, because the only 2 big events I want to do are gym battles and the championship. And there might be other stuff. Pretty much if the series is popular and people are liking it, I'm liking it, other people on the server are liking it, we could go or continue further, but my goal is to at least have 15 episodes. You know, this one, then a few episodes doing gym battles and the championship stuff to wrap off the series. Now, you know, like I said, I have ideas for other stuff, like a regional showdown, or making a bug-type gym somewhere just for another little fun gym. Nothing too big, probably not as big as this one even. But, you know, those are some ideas, and there definitely is room to expand the series more, but this is more just to wrap up a series that never got a proper ending, so it depends on the reception. But for the championship, I don't have the rules on hand to read over what it is. I think it's at a level cap of 65 or 60 or something like that. But I had this team I prepared before. Yanmega, Flygon, Gengar, Salamence, Leavanny, and Blaziken, all pretty good IVs, all EV trained. So I am going to still EV train for the championship, but there's also some other Pokemon I'd like to get, and I still need to build my final team with them. And that is the Shiny Nidorino, or Shiny Nidoking, that I had, which will be special. Shiny Shiny Growlithe, that will be an Arcanine. Staraptor, Starmie, and I also want to get a Skarmory and an Absol. So between those 12 Pokemon, I'm going to formulate the best team I can. And that's going to be the championship team, unless I have some other ideas. But I'll work on EV training these guys and leveling up my gym team off camera. And I have my original team here that weren't EV trained or anything special, just like my original captures. So, yeah. So that's the plan for the championship team and the gym and showing the city. Now to show some of the other stuff I've been working on. So you might be saying, Bio, where are you going to do the championship battle? At the gym? No, at the arena. Of course it's raining. So I did note before how I want to have a championship arena here off the road to spawn in this little flower forest. Well, this is what I came up with. So you have the little side over here, and here's red corner, there's blue corner, and, I don't know, I think it looks pretty nice. Probably would help to have a roof. Well, we can tackle rain when the time comes. But, yeah, just a giant Pokeball arena. Nothing too fancy, but I think it's nice. So that's where the championship will be held. And we head to spawn. Still raining. Well, one, I did set the traders up in these houses, you know. The trade's not saved right. That's disappointing. I did have them trading like starters and such for different Pokemon, but the trades didn't save right. Darn. I don't know, maybe that's why the traders appeared outside my bait, or outside the gym too. But yeah, I think one was like an Eevee for a Magikarp, and one was like a Beedrill for one of the fire starters or something, and yeah, I'll need to look into this. Maybe they're just kind of glitching. I might not be able to remove them. The other thing I want to note here, though, aside from the traders that aren't working, it's really a shame because I spent so much time trying to get the series back, and it seems like every few minutes, like every 5 minutes of the episode, I find something else that messed up. So, oh well. It is what it is. So this is the Hall of Fame. I kind of did an achievement thing with the series where you could earn different achievements, that got you points, points get you stuff. Well, I decided to kind of redo that a bit, So we still have a lot of the achievements here. First gym, which technically I already got because I just finished my gym. I need to fix the puzzle, but yeah, I'm gonna count that. By next episode, that will have my name on the sign. First person to beat a gym, the server champion, first level 100, first of all 12 legends. Doubt that's gonna happen. It used to be a lower number. First to catch a shiny, revive a fossil, and first legendary. Over here's the wall of all the legendaries. I was the first with a bird trio. The beast trio's new. The weather trio. I only got a Groudon. Then we have Mewtwo, Celebi, and Mew. That's the point stuff. Over here, we have some other random achievements. Over here, we have how you earn points. So pretty much you get 1 point for 5 achievements, 2 points for 10, 1 point for the All-Starter achievement, 1 point for the All Fossils, 1 point for any Legendary Trio achievement, then 2 points for filling the Pokedex, or the original Pokedex, 2 points for all Legendaries, and 2 points for Server Champion. Now, over here you have the current point totals. I have 1 and 4 achievements. Purple also has 4 achievements, but he didn't get one that awards a point, so, yeah, as you can see, it's not that easy to get points, but, the prizes now are 1 point is any 3 TMs of choice, because I'm trying to gear this towards the championship and being competitive. 1 point also is a held item, and 2 points is any first stage shiny. So you can choose what you want to do between like getting competitive stuff or just getting a cool shiny Pokemon. So yeah. And aside from that, I'm not sure if there's that much to cover. I probably also spent a good bit of time. I mean, I did also finish the pathway here with lights along the way. That's pretty cool. I want to head back to the waypoint, though, because it's quicker. Let's see. There's also the Mesa, which was the place way out here. Since it was in the Nether Portal Hub, I decided just to put a waypoint here, too. I did also update the Nether Portal Hub. I probably should show that off. Pretty much there's not much to show, just to reiterate what it is. So this is how the Nether Hub looks. I added signs, and I finished these pathways with a proper slabs, stairs, bricks sort of thing. So that's really all the show there. I don't want to run around because they're very long pathways for some of them. I didn't finish all the pathways either because, my god, we had very ambitious plans. So let's see. Is there anything else to cover? Give me a second just to review my notes. Well, I think that was everything I had in my notes for this episode, so I think I'll be wrapping the episode up around here. Hopefully it didn't run too long. I kind of hoped this would be a short episode, but it kind of ran long, but then again, I was spending a good bit of time at that gym puzzle trying to figure out what's going on. Once again, I have to look off camera. Oh, another change I did make is Spices of Life. I changed the food groups and made it a little less harsh, because a lot of people didn't like that before, and it was annoying me when I was trying to test stuff on the server, so probably was worth addressing. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff I can do, not just even Pixelmon stuff, like just working on the base, getting the different mods, or playing around with different mods, and that sort of stuff too. So hopefully this is a really fun series, or a fun end to a series. I want to enjoy these last few episodes, and I'm not sure how often this will be. You know, there might not be another episode until March even. I might not have one in February, but it is something I do want to do. I wanted to have a couple gym battles and a championship battle, maybe other stuff if you guys want it too, and I'm up to doing it. But hopefully it's going to be fun and worth all the time I put in, and I really hope that gym puzzle isn't too broken. You don't know how long it took to do that. But yeah, has one little redstone trick to it. So anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying the return of this series and like this first episode, even if it was just a giant recap pretty much. But, well, that's what you need when a series has gone 2 years and you do, like, 20 hours of off-camera work. But, yeah, and if you haven't seen the original 10 episodes, I would suggest going back and watching them when you have time. They're not that bad, and they kind of give some context to some things. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm not sure if One Mad or Thorson will be joining us. One Mad's actually back because he did leave for 2 years, and it's been 2 years, so now he's back. So, I don't know, he might join me, but Purple and Neros are the only ones I kind of gotta maybe begrudging yes from. Purple seems down, Neros was kind of like, okay. So, hopefully this will still work out. Anyway, I think that's more than enough for this episode. I'll need to work on fixing those problems I found in this episode and training up some of the Pixelmon for the gym and the championship. So if you do also have any suggestions of stuff to use for the championship or such, let me know. I'm pretty decent at competitive Pokemon though, so I think I have a good idea. But I don't know, maybe you have some ideas that I'm not considering. But yeah, anyway, not to make this outro any longer, once again, thank you for watching. Hopefully you're excited to see this series come back, and until next time, goodbye.